into fucking space. I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, the guy flying the shuttle pod is like, we have to get out of here. We're going into the Necrid expanse. So we go into the Necrid expanse. And suddenly the Klingons are behind us and they're shooting at us, and we find the wormhole and we go through the wormhole. And when you come out the other side of the wormhole, you can see Las Vegas under you because you're in the sky over Las Vegas. And the most fucked up thing is you could see the hotel that you came in from. And we're going to land on the roof of the hotel. But even weirder is that when I got in the experience, it was daytime. But through the window, it was night. And I was like, the future is mighty. In the future, they could just, man, like this. They can make it daytime, nighttime, whatever. Anything you want, Earl Grey, hot. Anything you want. Orion Slave Girl, lubed. And then it opened up and we're back on Earth. I swear to God, I got off that thing, I was like this. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was like the very first time I ever had sex in my butt. It was amazing. And then the promoter turned to me and he was like, do you want to go on the other one? I was like, there's another one? Get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah, Borg invasion. I was like, let's go. So we get tickets and we line up for Borg invasion. And we're standing on a, sort of same deal, like turbo lift, shuttle pod, rather a transporter bay. And then all of a sudden you get beamed to the future onto Voyager. And that really persnickety doctor is talking a lot about himself. He's like, I've just discovered this and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, this one kind of sucks a little. Because this dude's talking a lot, kind of like me. And then all of a sudden he says, oh my God, there's a Borg cube approaching. And then a couple seconds go by, the Borg have breached our shields. Couple more seconds, Borg are on the ship. Run. And the doors open up, and you just have to run. And you're like, at first you're like, yeah, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, you see the Borg coming. And I was like, oh my God. Chubby, pale, bald guys in black rubber with vibrating things in their hands. This seems strangely familiar. I don't feel so much scared as much as mildly annoyed and creeped out. Why is that? Oh, it's at the golf club. This is like every Thursday through Sunday for me. They're like, run. I'm like, oh, right. So I'm running, and the Borg are like, you will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. And you eventually basically run into this like docking bay, and on the view screen they have a picture of this shuttle pod, and the shuttle pod is like a shuttle pod, and they say, you're going to get into the shuttle pod, we're going to get you out of Borg space, you have to get out of here before you're assimilated. And the door opens up and you go inside, and it looked a lot like a movie theater, and it was a lot bigger than the inside of a shuttle pod. And I was like, the future is fucking amazing. They can make shit big. They can make night day, they can make small shit big. I was like, this is going to work for me in the future. So you sit down in this chair, and then all of a sudden the front windscreen of the shuttle pod explodes, and a Borg cube comes, and the Queen comes out. And I always thought the Queen was super hot. And she's kind of like, her torso with a little like dangly spine thing is sort of floating in front of you. I forgot to mention this whole thing's in 3D. So she's like 2 inches away from my face, and she's like, resistance is futile. Your technological and biological distinctiveness will be added to my own. And then all of a sudden, these tendrils come out from behind her. And I swear to God, they look like they're 2 inches away from my face. And she's like, as we speak, my tendrils are reaching out, and you are going to be assimilated. I'm going to send nanobites into you. And then all of a sudden, oh! Okay, now I get it. There are things in the chair that are supposed to poke you. I get that. But mine was like directly under my anus. And I'm looking around, and I see other people getting poked, but they're going like this, like, and I'm going like, oh! I'm not gonna lie. I was getting repeatedly jammed in the ass by something. To be completely honest with you, it was actually like 3 centimeters off to the left, but I was like, I know I'm gonna be telling this story, so let's make this good. So the board queen is 2 inches away from my face talking trash. I'm getting jammed in the ass. And I suddenly turn to the promoter and I say 2 things that I never thought I would say in my entire life. And one of them is, this is way too dark. And the other one is, this is way too sexy. But I'm sitting in a room full of children getting fucked in the ass by the Borg, rubbing it. And it was then that I understood the true meaning of you will be assimilated. Laser gun and shot in the head.